2015. You're watching the finals of Group C. We just got to enjoy seeing Impact make it through the group, and now we're going to try our darndest to professional our way through the last series today. Spawning in the upper left corner of the map in this wonderful cross-spawn location, it's going to be My Insanity's Blue Zerg player, Sacsri.
The bottom right, as the Red Terran, it's alive.
I'm actually curious what Sacsri picked his name. I guess a little fun story for Rifkin. Some people know this, some don't. I actually worked as a security guard for about a year, and at least in Canada, you have to have a license for it, so you got to take classes on this. And where they teach the classes in Canada here is a very, very heavily populated with like the Hindu community type thing. So of course, our teacher, classic guy with the turban and everything, he taught me to say one phrase though every morning, because I was always this grumpy, salty guy coming into class, being the only white guy. It was like I think Sacsri Akal or something along those lines. It just meant like, I hope you're having a good day or good morning or something. So it's like almost Sacsri's name there in a nutshell. I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch, but it's like every time I say his name, I get haunted by my time spent as a security guard.
The first thing I'm gonna do whenever I get fluent in another language is just troll people with things to say. I should just do that with Koreans right now. Why don't I? Hey Alicia, you want to hear a new English saying?
This is like when you got those t-shirts that they wear in English because it looks cool and it's got like all the cuss words on it, and they have no idea what they're wearing.
Yes, exactly. Oh, he's gonna just.
But okay, so aLive just unfortunately lost the series versus Impact, but it was a 2-1 loss. It was a pretty close series. It was really well played, and I think versus Sacsri he's gonna find equal hardships as far as skill goes, but Sacsri also plays very differently than Impact. Where Impact's a quick player to very assuredly go to base Mutalist most of the time, Sacsri is not. But on Infernal Pools, this might be the one time we see that be the case, just because of how incredibly frustrating a third base can be to take on this map for any player.
Yeah, that's for sure. I feel like Protoss still gets like the worst end, so if a Protoss on this map, I'm just like, why wouldn't you veto this? You made mistakes, but for Terran Zerg, it's like doable. It's okay, I guess. I really think that Sacsri is going to play definitely Mutas. We don't really have the merry-go-round in this map pool where everyone goes Roach Hydra.
Well, I think one of the other things too is this really reminds me of, say, like Crossbones on Deadwing for what a TVZ can be. You're going to have this really hard time rallying. The map distance is so far from corner to corner on the map. I mean, aLive is going to have to either pull off some wicked crazy drops, or he's going to have to get this nice consolidated push. But rallying is going to leave him open to Mutalisk, running and catching the reinforcements, Zergling run-bys catching the reinforcements. I mean, for Terran players, nothing is more frustrating than realizing you don't actually have those 13 Marines in the front lines because you lost them to like 5 Lings chasing them in the middle of the map.
That's true. Oh yeah, have aLive going up to a starport, but this will be just for a Viking. Even he could drop. Hellion drops have kind of been coming back. We see once every like 15, 20 games, something like that. But it's better than when we sell pretty much none.
There's some players we'll see it out of almost all the time. Lilicanine immediately comes to mind and such, but I mean the Vikings to pick up the Overlords, if for nothing else, getting map control removed from your opponent is a pretty big deal. Letting a Zerg player be on the map with like 3 or 5 Overlords can be a real pain. Just letting them see every avenue of attack, every move you make. It's just not worth it. It's as well if they start trying to creep on your 3rds and your 4ths. So Medevac's on the way, and this is cool, but I'm not going to say a Viking won't be made this game.
I'm not saying it won't. I'm not
going to say he didn't not think about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I wouldn't not think I would do it. If I did do it, then this is how I would do it.
Well, I wouldn't disagree that you're saying that you would not think about it if you wouldn't do it this way, that you wouldn't have done it.
Where are we going with this?
I don't know, I'm kind of going...
So, I don't know.
We need to go deeper.
Anyways, we do have a Viking, but yeah, after only the medevac. So actually still investing into that very safe Baneling Nest timing. He doesn't really know what's going on. The Overlord's just not getting in there.
I made sure to zoom in on the Vikings just so people knew that I called that. That was a really big deal for me to make sure that you all knew this. The Hellions poised to strike that this 3rd. Do you think he'll actually get I don't think he'll get the kill on this, but this could be quite deadly with a quick shuffle over to the main with that medevac, maybe? I mean, there's 6 Marines here. And it looks like, yeah, 3rd base is not going to be the goal. It's going to be abusing the cliff here towards the main.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to really happen. I mean, the Hellions on the low ground sounds like an amazing idea, but even then, as we saw there, Lings still are the best against that. You know, catching the medevac as it unloads.
Here comes those Banelings, though. The Hellions can deal with these really nicely, actually, but of course the Marines are the precious cargo in this situation.
Yeah. It's a very delicate balance, but one that both players are pretty much playing perfectly with, which means that neither one is doing any damage. So the game goes on. Clearing out the Overlords you called, like, they're going to really help with those drops later on. You know, it's a really wide map, and around across the map, yeah, it's probably not going to work quite as well as it would have on, you know, its attempt on Expedition Lost, for instance. So you want to start using those other avenues. You know, we haven't really seen too many macro games. We saw 2 when this map first came out. There was like a mech game, and then there was like this really long bio game too. But really not that many super long TVZs. Mostly because people just don't pick this map.
Yeah, this actually gets vetoed quite a lot. I remember actually, is this Inferno Falls? I've gone out of my way to message a couple of streamers. For example, I said, hey, Morrow, dude, if you can win a game on Secret Spring with like a nuke, I'll give you like $50 for the replay type thing. I've given equal sort of weird challenges on Inferno Pools, and everyone pretty much comes back to me and says, man, it's not going to happen because everyone's got this map vetoed. I can never play on this map.
Yeah. I think that's the only reason I don't play on these maps that much, because I never veto any maps. Okay, I'm ballsy like that. All right, I'm butsy like that apparently.
Ballsy like that.
But anyways, then other people are vetoing it. I think it adds so much that Saber is just, I really don't know what he is doing, if he's laughing or if he really is just being like the zombie grub to the Rifkin right now.
He's just probably like, man, let's get through it. It's the last game tonight. I won't have to deal with these idiots for a long time. Already coming down here for aLive. He's going to help with advances upgrades, which will be really nice. But I guess one of the key things for this is those Hellbats. You know, he left so many Hellions alive. Having Hellbats on the front line for the follow-up push is fantastic. Either dealing a lot of damage to the Lings or just soaking the Baneling shots. He is going to also go for the third, and what's kind of curious and not so bad is the fact that it's an orbital. You'd really, with this spread out bases like this, you never really want to put an orbital at your third, but it's one of those things where you're going for the gold especially. This is such a risky base to take. Like, this is a planetary for your fourth maybe would be the best, but taking the orbital with the gold at the third, it's going to accelerate his income. We'll see if he gets to keep it, though. Well,
I was just thinking, man, Mutas would be great against that map. Yeah, I know, it's weird. But Mutas would be great against that specific base. And there's no Spire. That Spire is pretty late. That is a lot of time for aLive to continue abusing these medevacs. Now, unfortunately, there's kind of like a you're too good for your own good, where you expect Mutas out pretty soon, so you're not going to doom drop anytime soon, but he could.
Hellions get absolutely massacre through this attack. We do have it's a Viking. I thought medevac sneaking off on the side at the same time, but for this game as well, Sacsri's actually keeping up. He's ahead even on upgrades. Something that was actually the other way around for aLive when he was fighting off against Impact, but this is a little bit rough to deal with. I gotta say, it's not the craziest army supply here for aLive. There's a lot of Banelings for Sacsri, and he's got all those creep spreads so nicely on the map. I can't really see him splitting the attention that much.
Yeah, the creep spread is really what's super nice. And if the attention's really going to be focused entirely on this left map, Sacsri might be able to get away with a gold base. Especially once the Mutas are out, which they're about to be.
Well, clean up some of the creep spread in the north, but force back the Lings that had addressed the issue, I guess. Interesting enough, you brought up the later Mutalisks, and I didn't really consider it, but that means a lot of gas is the reason why we've got these early upgrades. A lot of gas not spent on Mutalisks is why we've got so many Banelings. And we've seen these weird styles where some Zerg players have been more inclined to play really heavy on the Zerglings and Banelings and really light on the Mutalisks. But to play a game with no Mutalisks is, I just think, crazy. So I do hope to see some come out soon. He did complete that Spire, but
yeah, I thought
so far none.
Immediate. He certainly has enough gas for it. A lot of gas. I mean, he's looking so good. aLive's getting to that point where he's going to feel very suffocated soon. Well, now definitely so. As that third base is under attack, no bunker can even try and help out. Got to let the command center, and maybe he can save it. The Mutas aren't quite out yet, but he's not lifting, he's not lifting, he's not lifting.
There we go. He got those games at the last second. I actually really like the idea of unloading Marines on top of the Banelings one at a time for this situation, because it maybe could have saved his wall. But despite the signal, actually, look at the focus fire of the Marines. They take out most of the Banelings. One was about to get through, so he's got to pull back. One was getting some decent shots off, and the Baneling count is not that high, but he's going to get some SCVs with this. Nope, just kidding. Goes for the Marines instead. Not a bad choice either. But the base being compromised like this isn't going without repercussions. A drop on the other side of the field, and finally some Mutalisks coming into play. But this was Sacsri giving away pretty much all the Banelings for this attack. He does get aLive down to 35 workers, but is that worth it? I mean, can he really afford to have given that much away?
Well, I think so. This was a very peculiar game, I guess. It wasn't so odd because everything was going the way we usually see, right? Fourth base, Lings, Banelings, Mutas. Like, okay, the Mutas were late, but it's almost like he was doing what we bring up Nurchio a lot. These Ling Bling all-ins without Mutas. And it's like, he did that, but he just had a Muta like Spire because he was rolling in so much dough or something. Where the attack was still really, really strong, even without the Mutas. Now aLive, his counterattack is, again, it's a time limit. You gotta go on creep. You can't like, get Widow Mines in perfect position. He's gonna get overrun.
Well, the attack is kind of going without consequence so far. It's decent trades in the middle of the map, but the Mutalisks are starting to spiral just that little bit too much, and I think aLive being so low on SCVs without a proper third base is what's really killing him here. Just not being able to keep up in production. Good game is called. Ladies and gentlemen, Sacsri will take the first game in his final series tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finals of Group C for the Ascended Star League. It's Group... I said Group C already, but I was going to say it's the last game to be played tonight. Either Sacsri wins this 2-0 and walks out of this group aLive and aLive falls, or aLive brings us back and gets us a map 3. Either way, spawning here in the bottom left, up 1-0 in the series, and doing something really weird with this drone. Yeah, it's going to be Sacsri.
People be afraid of a 2-axe, I guess. Top right, as the Green Terran, it's aLive.
Okay, in all seriousness, though, we kind of mentioned this earlier, too, but it's really important that this is mentioned. This is like the definition of metagaming a little bit. Well, not quite the definition, but really good influence of it, because you come to a map like this that is so bad for Terran. You assume they're going to 2-racks, because there's no other way you would want to play this map versus the Zerg. So you scout for it. But aLive doesn't do that. He's actually just going to try and play this out like normal. And he had a really nice macro game versus impact on it, but obviously not good enough at the end of the day. Combination Lings, combination Mutalisks, getting a little bit out of hand in his natural and his main, so we'll see how this one plays out. aLive is definitely a good enough player. We've seen him through experience, and I'm not talking on my ass for this. We've seen him bring back good situations in bad best of threes, but this is still going to be rough. Sacsri's a really good player. He had a lot of dominance in that last game, but for me, so much of this just goes back to the fact that, like, well, it was Infernal Pools, it was cross-spawn. It was always going to be, I think, Zerg favored going into that, no matter who was playing.
Yes. Definitely agree on that one. That was a game that made that look impossible to win.
Hey, you unlocked 2 emoticons recently on your channel, right?
What do you think?
Just like a ZGB Butsy. Like, I would sub. You would finally convince me to sub to your channel if that was the case.
Oh, I have never tried to convince you to sub.
Because here's the thing, too. People could, like, double layer it. Maybe it looks a little bit like cleavage. Maybe it looks like a butt. Who knows?
Why would I want that? Maybe it looks like balls. No, it doesn't look anything like balls. Why would you ever do that?
It's like the gold and black, white and blue dress thing or whatever, right? So you're going to ask people, like, what do you see with this emote? And you link it. They'll be like, I see a butt. And other guys will be like, no way, it's balls.
It's actually perfect because my other... What is this, Marine? Oh, it's the bunker. Wow, I actually sent a Marine over there. Wow. Okay, because my other emoticon idea was, like, that disapproval emoticon that I use all the time?
Yes.
Face of disapproval? Yeah, I was going to use that one, too.
Every second thing you say to me.
Basically, it's like my face as well as every face that I use against most people. But that one plus the butts. Oh, that'd be so... Okay, anyways. I'll think on it.
Well, I like this. Normally a Reaper actually doesn't have enough damage to really threaten the hatch rate, but the Marine brings just enough. However, saying F that, he bails really quick. He'll get the salvage off too, which is really nice. He'll get that money back, but the Reaper kiting around doesn't know the speed timing. It's still far away from 6 minutes, but if this was that really fast, like stupid early, then he'd be in a lot of trouble. This Marine is probably going to die, sad to say, unless the Reaper Oh my God! Can he save him? A Reaper takes a life
Go,
to save a life.
Go, Reaper!
No, it's not even close. Rip in peace, dude.
I was gonna start thinking like the ninja rap to go along with it, but no, it wasn't even close.
Well, we need like a better hype man than me, though. Just like go, like in the background, just yelling and hollering. All right. Anyways, anywho, in any
Have you
way.
heard the ninja rap? It's pretty addicting.
No, I thought we were just talking about like standard rap.
Oh, wait, you have the Ninja Turtle rap. Sorry. Still no?
No?
Are you serious? Vanilla Ice?
Yo, did you watch GSL last night?
Oh my God. Oh my. Okay, no. Yes, I did.
They were talking about Groundhog Day. And like the only thing I can think about was every time we have a conversation about it.
I still haven't watched that. That's like something I really do. I'll probably watch it tonight, actually.
Dude, I was so stoked when Gom retweeted my like crappy art about MMA and Groundhog Day. I was like, oh my God, my life is complete. Like, I'm done.
That's all I have to do?
Oh my God, he's serious again. 30 out of 30. 25 out of 25. aLive is stuck on 100%.
Do it every day. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have another Hellion drop.
Ooh, barely just get the Overlord. That's gonna sting.
Hey, he's gonna go with the Marines anyways. Like, go kill it. Yeah,
Just
the
drop
Hellions will
on the
protect you. Yeah.
Okay, he's actually gonna kill it. Nice.
See? No problem. Ain't no thing.
I was gonna, you know, there's that small chance there's that awkward thing where like the high ground vision and the Marines swap out at just the perfect time. So as the Marine walks through the bush, it never actually sees the Overlord because it's always on the other side of the high ground. Anyways, yeah, 4 Hellion drops in the main, and the best part is he's going to unload these before they even signal the attack. Now, the Lings are already responding to this, but Lings don't really stop Hellions, not like this. That was so few, so kills the last couple Lings, gets to the mineral lines, Impact, or no, not Impact, Sacsri had already pulled away from this, so he doesn't lose too much for it.
They're in the back, though. They're just in the back.
Yeah, but they're not safe. They're safe. They're not dead.
I know, I'm saying aLive could have gone to the back.
Oh, yes, Queen. Well, maybe he didn't want to dive through the risk of that Spork plus Queens. Either way, you know, he keeps the Hellions alive. He keeps the Medivac alive. He gets 7 drone kills. It's really not bad.
Yeah, I guess not. Well. Anyways, the game goes on. A 3rd CC is on the way. Double engineering base. Stim, as we haven't seen Mac at all today. As far as I'm concerned.
Well, at all today. You're not incorrect. I would actually... Mac would be really cool to see out of aLive, but not on a map like this. I mean, if this goes to Game 3, I don't remember what the map was, but any other map you think you can pull it off, not this one. However, you can still do a good chunk of damage with the Hellions running around, just trying to find something somewhere, some opening to take advantage of. Back at home, the wall is up, so these Lings running around for Sacsri are not going to get the sneak attack.
Not unless he puts it down, just because. Seen a lot of that happen.
Pull a Tasia. Just lower the depot for no reason.
No, raise one, lower the other.
For no reason.
Look how fast the giraffe runs. That was like a Tastelope or something.
Oh yeah, where is it right now?
It was in the middle with the Hellions. It, like,
dude, it books it if anything comes near it. The thing's like sketchy and freaky as. Anyways, this Viking has got 4 kills so far, so really nice value on this. Ooh, nice catch on some of those Lings.
He still, I mean, this is a really big attack. Sacsri is not too keen on going up to
the
complete opposite of Impact.
Oh, he's gonna see us too late though. Segments some banelings off. That was a really smart move at Sacsri because it keeps the Hellions away. Busts through that wall like nobody's business. All the Marines are dying here so very quickly, and these SCVs. Oh no, these SCVs!
What? Oh, that may be a good enough split. There's nothing coming up on the. There's 22 Lings on the way.
He kept the Hellions alive. He's good. He's good. He kept the Hellions alive.
Yeah, I'm not sure like he wasn't expecting to do damage, or he just really only wanted to do that much.
10 workers killed off of somebody with 3 CCs. That actually puts aLive in a really good spot this game.
Really does. Really does. And that's so funny too, because the supply depot was down without an attack, by the way. Only 2 banelings floated on the wall, and the rest just walked past. But yeah, it's looking so hot for Sacsri. He needs a 4th base. Doesn't have a lair, so again we have that very late mutas, even later than last game, and those were already pretty late. The upgrades won't be so far behind, but you gotta think that like he's gonna be investing so much gas into not 2-2 that 2-2 will probably be really far ahead for aLive.
I'm liking aLive's spot. It's going to take a pretty bad engagement for him to really fall behind. It's not exactly like he's monstrously far ahead, but do look at that army supply count. That can't really be ignored. It's an empty drop. I think he was going to look at elevated to the Hellions. Kind of cool to see, but he's also got 2 full drops and down to the south while this happens. Now, I believe Stim is done, but Comp Shields is not, so he's not going to have that going for him, but it's going to be really hard to respond to this. Sacsri just has no units. He just pumped out a lot more drones, so I mean, maybe overcompensating for the ones he knows he's going to lose. I don't know. Either way, these aliens going to draw all the links to the main, which means there's nothing here on the right side of the map. There's a queen and a lot of drones. In fact, an oversaturated base with 2 drops coming on top of it. This could get really nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that spot.
Does he have any banelings?
Oh,
There's no banelings. Without banelings, you can't break this.
Oh, you're not moving that mineral lines with 2 full marines on this. He could go back with the Hellions, possibly, but he's just going to rally across the map, which isn't a bad idea. I think he knows the army advantage he has over his opponent after that failed baneling all-in.
There was a slight chance that Sacsri, if he had been totally on top of every single drop, had been like lings there, ready to go, he would have got enough time, had some banelings, maybe took like 1 good engagement, where he does start to get back into it, purely off the back of just lings and banelings. You know, it's difficult, and it still probably wouldn't have worked, but it could have happened. But now losing that 3rd base, it's aLive's game. Probably going to go 1-1.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of stoked about that, because I definitely want to see this get turned around. But at the same time, if Sacsri still wins this is going to be a really great comeback. I mean, it's still not over, and there's a lot of ways that you can mess up. When there's Widow Mines and banelings, lots of area of effect in play, this game can go very badly for a player who's ahead very quickly. That's the brutality of TVZ.
Yeah, there's people that come back because they have great muta control and start harassing. That's not an option for Sacsri. If he goes for mutas, it's just going to split his gas in half, and he's not going to win either way. But if he just sticks on lane banelings, there's a possibility that aLive goes on a creep, thinks, oh my god, I'm in such a good position, and he does get overwhelmed. And the counterattack could also be quite deadly, honestly, like if he really takes it a really great engagement. But it's just so... like, aLive's got to be very overconfident to do that. And this is kind of the start. He's getting really far into creep. So far, that scan actually misses all the aLive creep humors.
So much stupid jokes about his name being aLive. I just...
Okay, but I cannot believe they missed all the live creep humors.
Yeah. Well, it does clean up a huge area, though. However, as we see, they're being replaced really quickly anyways. It's really frustrating that, I mean... Legacy the Void, you know what they're going to do? Alright, so, Rifkin logic moment for everybody. They're going to replace the Herc with a unit that has 2 brooms for hand. And this will let him... This will let the unit not attack, but just solely here to clean up... Yeah, clean up the creep!
Brooms will just get stuck on the creep.
Not with Teflon magic.
What the fuck?
It's Stimpaks.
Well, look at the sticky.
Look at the sticky. Thank you so much. Oh, so many banelings get wasted on that Marauder. In fact, that was all the banelings, so he's going to have no trouble holding this with his production. He had started to pull back and go back home, but now he's able to go full bore across the map. A small drop in the natural base is causing, oh my god, so much damage. Banelings getting wasted on a small amount of Marines. No queens to be found. 3rd base is almost destined to die once again. And if anyone's in a sticky situation, it sucks.
Ow. There is no way that aLive loses this now. When it was 30 supply, 40 supply, I was like, hey! Yeah, but now it's 70 supplies, there's no way.
That and the fact that it's a lot of one-hit disposal. Like the banelings going off on Marauders like they did in the National. Even here on the front lines, I mean, it's just so hard to watch as a Zerg, anyone who's a Zerg player out there. But, you know, at least he's fended off the attacks in the Natural and the main. So there's a bit of breathing room. But despite this macro hatchery, it's still good for the larva if you don't have the money to spend it on. And banelings are not getting the connects they need.
You know, with how... This is the first time that aLive's really been, like, you know, the full army here. Sacsri might have had time to get those 8 mutas and try been harassing. But again, that would have been a lack of banelings that are just barely holding on. He's going to tap out shortly.
Yeah,
it's no comeback.
It's like the second win. You get this rally of banelings, but then once that second win ends, you feel like utter crap. You feel a good game. Ladies and gentlemen, we will get the ace match between these two players. We'll be going to game number 3 as aLive ties up the series now 1-1. Welcome back. We're seeing SCV leave the base, so let's get these introductions out of the way here really quick. Spawning in the northern location of Anti Research Station, we have the green Terran player, StarTales aLive.
The bottom position as the blue Zerg, it's Sacsri.
Alright, so this move with the 2 racks gets shut down immediately. Oh. This was so smart out of Sacsri. He scouted in the second game. He knew it would probably come down at some point in the series, and lo and behold, he shuts it down in game 3. Now the problem for this, though, is I almost think it'd be better if he would have let aLive get about halfway done with the racks, because there would have been dedication. aLive instead just starts it up immediately back home, and now he's down but an SCV or two. It's really not that bad.
It's really awkward, though. I would say it's more awkward than if he was actually 2-raxing, because that was a 1-rax Reaper. Pretty sure. You just hadn't put the gas down yet. So now he put a rax down.
Any Danny DeVitos without refineries.
I don't understand. Anyways, but now he puts the racks down on 10 supply. It's finished now, but it was still odd. I don't understand.
Alright, well, we got a Marine coming out of the barracks, so it should be okay. Just follows the drone back, not a lot to really see, but if he gets the SCV over there, because he doesn't have a Danny DeVito on the map, he's going to actually not have any scouting information.
You're totally doing this right now.
Can you just put a pause on that for a moment? We do have, again, the fact that there's no scouting going to be a little bit irritating, but aLive's actually coming out with not 1 but 2 SCVs, so maybe looking for some bunker play?
What the What the whip? What the what? What the what? What?
Wow, and it's gonna get scouted. Oh my god, are you serious? How mad is aLive right now?
Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fastest game 3 in under 4 minutes. Sacsri will win the group. Oh, actually, comes second in the group, pardon me, finishing second to Impact, who actually won the group.